Tomorrow, our Love in the Afternoon movie concludes with one entitled Sunshine. We'll have the gerbil races, a $16,000 contestant, and Manny Gordon will present another special mother. Now stay tuned for Newswatch 16 next.
Good evening, I'm Nolan Johannes.
And I'm Karen Harch. Tonight in the news.
Tonight on Action 16, the story of a company that may be ripping you off right over the phone. I'm Gerry Gartenberg.
It's a question of trust for Pennsylvania Gas and Water Company. I'm Mark Davis. Details coming up in a live report.
Plus, meteorologist Tom Clark's forecast and Joe Zone with more bad news for the Summer Olympics.
Newswatch 16 is next.
In your car, listen to Newswatch 16 on WKRZ AM 1340.
Proud to serve northeastern and central Pennsylvania. This is WNEP 16, the news station. Now, Nolan Johannes, Karen Harch, pilot Jack Rulin in Skycam 16, chief meteorologist Tom Clark, and Joe Zone on sports. This is Newswatch 16.
The debate continues tonight over whether drinking water in Scranton is free of the parasite that causes the disease giardiasis. Some people are still coming to tanks like this one on Providence Road to get uncontaminated drinking water, or they're boiling their own tap water. It's all because Scranton city officials don't agree with the state in its lifting of the water boil advisory in Scranton and several other Lackawanna County communities. Scranton Mayor James McNulty appeared live on Newswatch 16 midday today. He told Frank Andrews that the state DER has no jurisdiction in the city and that Scranton's public health director wants tests for giardiasis taken at water taps before the city will lift the boil advisory.
If anybody in the city of Scranton wants to drink the water under the state's advice, they may do so. We're not telling them they can't, but we are telling the people that we license that we are not going to lift that order until we are sure that there's no more giardiasis in the system. And my problem with the state is
the federal government will do those tests within the next few days.
While Scranton residents are urged to keep boiling and restaurants must do so, surrounding boroughs satisfied are that the drinking water is safe. Newswatch 16's Marisa Burke talked to some of the borough officials today.
Elephant Mayor Michael Chikansky hopes they won't have to tack this sign up in the borough building again. The water buffalo that used to be here is gone. The borough's 5,200 residents came here for weeks to receive fresh drinking water. After Scranton's mayor told people there to continue boiling water, is there any apprehension from the Elephant Mayor?
He's got a city, we got a borough. I think we're getting good water this time. They sent us a letter yesterday about okay to drink it, but they give us the notice 2 weeks now that the water is okay, and I think it is. It's clear enough, it should be okay.
And here in Dunmore, residents can drink straight from the water fountains now. Dunmore Mayor Joseph Domnick is also confident the water is safe.
I think that the only thing is that if we get any calls from people that found the water dirty and everything, then we're going to ask them if they will check the water at the taps in different parts of the town. You know, go to different homes and have them check it right there.
Both Lackawanna County mayors say they understand why residents may still have some doubt, but they feel there's no need to jump the gun and order people to keep boiling water. Marisa Burke, Newswatch 16, Dunmore.
While some borough officials trust the safety of the drinking water, there are some people in Luzerne County who do not. Newswatch 16's Mark Davis is live in our Wilkes-Barre newsroom to explain. Mark?
Karen, apparently some people living in areas where the boil order was lifted many weeks ago still aren't sure whether or not their water is safe to drink. And I'm told it's because of a general lack of trust when it comes to Pennsylvania Gas and Water Company. Since shortly after the first giardiasis outbreak in December, Bill Stout's been dispensing water here at the West Pittston Borough Garage. Now, since the boil order was lifted several weeks ago for most of the communities on the west side of the Susquehanna River, Bill is noticing some people in those communities still coming here for water, even though the water there has been declared safe to drink.
One lady said she doesn't trust the water company. That's why she's coming for drinking water only. But, you know, who knows?
No one I talked to was able to say why people seem to trust the water company when it says this water is safe. Pennsylvania Gas and Water Company says it's no surprise people are distrustful. Bill Bachman points to the continuing negative Giardia test results, and the drop in cases of giardiasis is helping build people's trust.
I think they would tend to be reinforcing factors, reinforcing each other. And perhaps over a period of time, that's the sort of thing that builds that confidence back up.
That confidence, rebuilding that confidence, is going to take time and perhaps lots of it. With a number of people still boiling their water and others still trying to get fresh water, no one is sure exactly how much time is needed. Mark Davis, Newswatch 16 with a live report from the Wilkes-Barre newsroom.
Thank you, Mark. Newswatch 16 continues with dairy farmers fighting to reopen the Schep's cheese plant.
And Action 16 and Gerry Gartenberg will be here with a warning on a scam in the mail. Stay with us.
Understanding Your Turkey, Saturday.
The Schep's Cheese Company wants to go back into business at its Wyoming County plant, and that's why attorneys were in Harrisburg today arguing their case. Even though the company owes more than $5 million to area dairy farmers, Newswatch 16's Bob Costantini says those farmers want to see Schep start making their milk into cheese again.
The Schep's plant near Tunkhannock used to make cheeses for grocery store labels before going bankrupt last year, some $22 million in debt. A Pennsylvania Milk Marketing Board hearing examiner takes testimony in Harrisburg on a license application for reopening Schep's. Some staff members for the Milk Marketing Board argue the Schep's owners aren't responsible bookkeepers and may hurt milk producers who sell to them even more.
I'd say there's a question of their credibility in my mind.
But many dairy farmers owed money support efforts to get the company back into business.
If the Schep's companies can generate income, the plan which they have proposed and which they would be required to follow will provide for a certain percentage to be paid right along.
Al Schep's, one of the owners, is on hand for this hearing. He won't comment on camera, but does tell us he wants to reopen the plant so he can pay off his debts. The three members of the Milk Marketing Board will decide the fate of Schep's Cheese by June 13th. If they grant the company a license, Schep's Cheese could be back in business July 1st. Bob Costantini, Newswatch 16 at the Farm Show building in Harrisburg.
Our Action 16 reporter Gerry Gartenberg is always on the lookout for ways to save you money. Gerry says one sure way to hold on to your cash is to keep away from those mail and phone offers that sound too good to be true. Tonight, Gerry has the story of a viewer who learned that the hard way.
Steve Pritchett runs an auto parts store in Taylor. Last September, Steve got a call at work from a company named $1 Million Giveaway. That name caught his attention, and so did the company's offer.
They offered me one of 5 different prizes that I had been chosen to win. It was like TVs, computers, grandfather clock, free trip. And which one they wouldn't say, but it was one of the 5. And all I would have to do to claim this prize was to purchase some vitamins.
The man from $1 Million Giveaway told Steve he'd send him a year's supply of vitamins, along with instructions on how to claim his prize. He also told Steve to pay the postman $311 when the package from $1 Million Giveaway arrived.
I talked it over with the wife, and we never did anything like that before, and we figured we'd take a chance.
Well, it's been 8 months since Steve and his wife took that $311 chance. They never received a TV or a computer or any other prize. They did get the vitamins, 12 bottles worth to be exact. How much would you say all these vitamins are worth?
The total worth about these vitamins would be about $42 in these bags.
$42?
$42.
What would you say if I told you a company sold these to a consumer for $311?
$311, I'd say I could sell them the better part of this rack for that.
They were actually just stealing my money. There must be hundreds more out there that also sent in their $300 and got a couple bottles of vitamins.
Well, the postal inspectors are trying to track down the people at $1 Million Giveaway, but no luck so far. Folks, each year, we consumers give away millions of dollars to dozens of companies like that one. Companies promising us big prizes over the phone as long as we're willing to put down some cash. You know what? Those kinds of offers are against the law. I mean, honestly, if you really did win a prize, why would you have to pay anything? The next time someone offers you a prize for a price, write to me at Action 16. That's at Box 16, Avoca, Pennsylvania, 18641. And please, do yourself a favor. Hold on to your money.
Jerry, that sounds like very good advice. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Jerry. If you're a customer of AT&T, and you spend money on long-distance calls, there's good news and bad news for you tonight. First, the good news. The FCC has ordered American Telephone and Telegraph to cut its rates for long-distance calls by more than 6% by the end of the month. It could save long-distance users $1.7 billion a year. Now the bad news. The FCC has okayed a new charge for those AT&T customers who use long-distance directory assistance. You'd get 2 free information calls a month, but pay 50 cents each after that.
An area college said hello today to 2 brand new head men. Wilkes College introduced its new president at an afternoon news conference. He's Dr. Christopher Bryceth, who comes to this area from California, where he was president and dean of Deep Springs College. Wilkes also has a new dean of development, Richard Charles. He moves here from a similar post at Franklin and Marshall College in Lancaster. And our chief meteorologist, Tom Clark, is coming up next with the forecast.
And I wonder what's in store for us for the weekend, Tom.
Yeah.
Well, how does this sound? Above normal temperatures.
Great.
They're coming. I'll have the facts and the figures from the backyard when we come back.
Hi, I'm Chad Booth.
I'm Jane Adamizio, and this cutie is Petey. Join us tonight on PM Magazine. We'll be at Claus and Paws Wild Animal Park.
Is that Olivia Newton-John singing, or is that the person we see? Well, we'll find out as we go to the Great American Lip Sync Sing-Off.
And we'll be taking a look at an indoor water slide. It may be coming to a shopping mall near you.
That's tonight at 7 on WNEP TV 16. Hi.
Well, now that we have welcomed Dr. Christopher Bryceth and Richard Charles to Wilkes family, we do want to say that we didn't show you Richard Charles in our last story. We did show you the outgoing president, President Capon, tonight. Hopefully sometime in the very near future, we'll also see Mr. Richard Charles, who's the new director of development at Wilkes College.
And hopefully right now we'll see Tom Clark, but I don't know if that's really him out in the backyard. What is that, Tom?
Hi, Karen. Hi, Nolan. It's kind of wet out here tonight in the backyard, huh? Now, this is actually a 3-dimensional model, of me in the backyard here. Take a look at that. You have the shelter and the weatherboard, my umbrella, and the trees and the clouds. And this was designed by Brian Parish, a 5th grader at the Tamaqua Elementary School. And he did a fine job, and I wanted to show that to you tonight. As a matter of fact, I want to say hi and thanks to all the 5th graders and the faculty who showed me a very good time, very friendly hospitality today, and I know they're all watching tonight. In my travels, I saw some rather dark clouds and a few raindrops on the windshield. We'll talk about that after we have a look at the temperature outside now. It is semi-comfortable. The reading is 62. It's not too bad. The humidity is 45%. You just saw the effects of that wind coming in from the west, and the barometer is holding steady. The air quality today, an average of 50, and that's good on the scale. A 51 in Wilkes-Barre, and a little bit cleaner up there in, or I guess it should say a little bit better in Wilkes-Barre with a 51. A 49, that's not too bad up in Scranton as well. The main pollutant today was ozone, and that is caused by ultraviolet radiation from the sun. It's always found in the atmosphere, no problem. Today's high 63, the low last night 46. Record high 89 back in 1934. Must have been nice. And there you can tiptoe through the tulips in Avoca. Man, they're opened up wide today. Now the Newswatch 16 color satellite, take a look at it, it's just in. Look at those patchy, heavy cumulus clouds over northeastern Pennsylvania. I thought the atmosphere would get a little bit warmer today and the clouds wouldn't be quite as big, but the atmosphere stayed kind of cold and moist, and that heat from the sun boiled up a few tall clouds and a few scattered showers, but those clouds are now beginning to evaporate as we lose heat from the sun, and it should be quite a nice night tonight. Now look at this, some showers over Illinois and Indiana. They're moving east at about 40 miles an hour, and that's because of a front that'll be crossing over Pennsylvania tomorrow, bringing us the chance for a few showers. But jet stream winds are on the move. Weather systems are racing across the country, and that means no cold air coming down from Canada because it's a westerly flow, and that's going to bring in a pretty nice day on Saturday. However, I think by late in the day Saturday, another wave of low pressure racing eastward across the country could bring another threat of showers as we head through the weekend. But systems on the move, no washout. Most of the time this weekend will be rain-free, as I see it. Here's the forecast for tonight. Later on, plenty of cool moonshine up there. The moon will be full about Monday of next week. 44 the low in Halstead, 42 in Mount Cobb, Chick-Shinny, 47 tonight, and there it is, Tamaqua. Your low, 47 degrees. 48 in New Berlin, that's in Union County, and in the middle 40s tonight up in Canton. Now for tomorrow, a warmer day than today, up near the 70-degree mark in all places, but again, there's that chance of a shower, maybe even a little thunder in the afternoon as a front pushes on through. A southerly wind tomorrow, up to 15 miles per hour, and down there in hometown, 74, your high, about 71 in Taylor, 67 in the Poconos and Cresco, 70 Wyalusing, near 70 in Williamsport and Ottawa. That's out in Montour County. The weather tomorrow should have a minimal effect on the way you think and feel. That is if you're weather sensitive, so that's okay. Sunrise and sunset, you're right there, and that's for tomorrow. Fair tonight, 47. 71 should be the high tomorrow. It's going to feel good, but watch out for that shower in the afternoon. Saturday, partly sunny. Again, the chance of a shower, but 73. 73 on Sunday, a warm day, just a bit cooler on Monday. Get out your bathing suit.
Okay. I've had it out for a while.
Right.
Okay.
She's had hers out for a while.
Thanks, Tom.
Thanks, Tom. Joe Zone's up next with Newswatch 16 Sports and more on bad news for the Olympics.
And Joe will also have the Sports Star of the Week.
Roses are red and violets are blue. To all of our mothers, WNEP loves you. To make this Mother's Day special, WNEP wants to honor our mothers by sending them flowers. During the week of May the 7th on Dialing for Dollars, I will deliver a bouquet of roses to 5 special mothers. If you would like to nominate your mother, send her name, address, and phone number to WNEP TV 16 Avoca, Pennsylvania, and tell us why she is so special. Enjoy, enjoy.
More bad news for the Olympics, Joe?
It's just a parade of nations now, just pulling out. Another powerful Olympic performer said today, East Germany says, quote, the American government and games organizers have destroyed the basis for its participation, end of quote. Hungary and Czechoslovakia are also talking about pulling out. The question is, at what point, how many countries do we lose before the games become totally meaningless? It's anything but meaningless for our area high school kids as their seasons begin to wind down. Districts and states are coming up, and that's what North Pocono's Ken Sevensky is thinking about now. Sevensky has dominated the Lackawanna League distance events this year. He's undefeated through 10 meets in the 800 and 1600 meter runs and has lost but once in the 3200. Not bad for a guy who became interested in track in an odd way.
In 8th grade, I signed up for a road race, and then since after that, I just kept going. I didn't think it was going to be as exciting as it is now.
Whether it be stretching or running down a long back stretch, track can be a lonely sport. Ken says there are 3 things he concentrates on before and during a race to help keep his mind from wandering too far from his task.
How I have to run it, the speed that I have to use for it, and how to pace myself for the race. If I'm going for time that day, I'll think to myself to push it out more. But if it's a day which I have to save myself for the races, I'll just take it easy.
As you look at Ken running around the track, you look at his gait, you look at his stride, and you see that, well, Ken is a natural.
Ed Jube is the distance coach for the track team and the cross-country coach in the fall. Ken also participates in that sport, and he says that working all year round is what helps Ken the most.
He comes to us in spring track and in fall cross country ready to train for that particular event. He's a very well-conditioned athlete, and he's ready. He's worked very hard in between seasons.
The Trojans are the Lackawanna League track champions, and one of the main reasons is Ken Sevensky, this week's Sports Star of the Week. Sports Star runners up this week: Vince McLean, Wyalusing; Jeff Forsett, Scranton Central; Dave German of Susquehanna University; Tim Bishop of East Stroudsburg University; Jill Solinsky of Lake Lehman; and Kate Hatch of Hughesville. That's all of it. Give tonight your best shot. See you at 11 o'clock. Phillies, basketball, and Islanders all tonight.
Is Mookie good at bat? Is that why he's out in center field?
He had a bad day.
Yeah, just a bad day.
Average reflexes today, according to Clarkie, right?
Okay,
Thanks,
that's
Joe.
right. Thanks, Joe. Newswatch 16 continues with that man who walked many miles for a reunion.
We'll let you in on the celebration for a tough guy from Tucson.
You can make a miracle.
miracle happen. On June 2nd and 3rd, WNEP will present the Children's Miracle Network Telethon to benefit the Children's Hospital of Geisinger Medical Center. You'll meet some special children who have serious health problems, and through the care of Geisinger are here with us today. Every single penny that is raised will stay right here in northeastern and central Pennsylvania to make a miracle happen and celebrate the spirit of life with us, right here on WNEP TV 16.
Finally tonight, he made it. That 68-year-old man we told you about on Newswatch 16 Update last night has completed his 3,000-mile hike from Tucson, Arizona to Kingston. Mark Burke walked all the way from there to here so he could attend the 50th reunion of his class at Wyoming Seminary. Mark said he also wanted to get a good look at the country. A big crowd was on hand to welcome Mark at the seminary in Kingston this afternoon, and he was given the key to the city.
That's one way to make your alums stand up and take notice.
Yeah,
right?
that's right.
Absolutely. Thank you. And that is Newswatch 16 for Thursday.
Be sure to join us tonight on The Update when we'll tell you about the latest battle in the fight for a safer cigarette.
ABC's World News Tonight is next. For the team, thank you for being with us.
Enjoy your evening.